Yo, another day, another BTS vlog. Okay, so I tried doing this intro last week before a gig, talk about the new gear that I got, but I accidentally deleted all that footage, so going through all my archives on my phone, deleted some old vlog material, and accidentally deleted the actual current vlog material. So I lost like footage from the previous gig with all the new gear that I got. So gonna try this again since I have a shoot tomorrow. So first things first, got myself the Sigma 24-70 version 2. So yeah, I excited to finally get my hands on a 24-70. As you guys probably know, I've been rocking the Tamron 28-75 for years now. That lens has done me solid for, again, so many years at this point. No issues with that lens whatsoever, but I just like shooting at 24mm, especially for B-roll. And I know this quality with the Sigma is always great. I almost pulled the trigger on the G Master, but a lot of my friends on the internet, all my online homies convinced me to, it's not worth spending the extra grand on the G Master V2, the 24-70. So instead, I went with the Sigma 24-70 Mark II. And so far, based on the one shoot that I did that I cannot show you guys anymore, I am loving this lens. And another piece of gear that I got is the SmallHD. Got myself the Cine5 version. B&H had a pretty good deal last month. So I got it for, I think, like $700 off. So I took advantage of it. It's a lot beefier than the Shinobi monitor that I have. But I love the build. I love what it offers. I love the EL zone. I love the false color. It's just so easy to read compared to the Shinobi. And I don't know, this just feels such a great quality. I'm not saying it because it costs more, but it just feels like great quality compared to the Shinobi, which feels very plasticky. Don't get me wrong, still a great monitor, especially if you're new into the videography space. But I'm just had to pull the trigger on this discount. So the only dilemma is I usually use this small rig monitor mount that goes on the hot shoe or cold shoe. I don't know what is this one called exactly. And I got myself a few cables such as this Power Club, this D-Tap Power 2-pin plug that goes into the monitor, along with SDI, finally rocking with the SDI. So I've learned a lot about SDI protocol. So I'm making sure I power this on correctly before frying anything. Don't want any issues like other creators have been going through. So I'm just trying to make it as smooth as possible. So anyways, my only dilemma is this thing. It used to work perfectly fine if I had like an NPF battery in the back here, but I kind of want to go away from that and just have the small rig battery power everything up, just to make it a little bit easier to just run and gun kind of thing. But the only thing is, if I put this right here, the pin doesn't fit, so it's kind of hard doing it with one hand. And I'm not loving the pen. I got a right angle pen, but it's kind of hard going one hand. It's going this way instead of wanting it to go this way. So I have to go that way. Let me see if I can do it. So it's plugged in. So again, I'd rather have the end part facing me instead of facing away, because now it's kind of awkward like this. And I can't technically mount this on any of these threads. So that is freaking annoying. So for tomorrow's gig, I'm going to have to just go on the NPF batteries just to make it work, because this clearly isn't going to work. I've been wanting to, maybe this is just a sign. I've been wanting to anyways. I've been wanting the monitor to kind of go like on the side like this, kind of like how David Morfield has it, and have the stock monitor somewhere in the back here. I just haven't gotten around to that yet. But yeah, this is a bummer. So I can't use this power cable. Plus, it's a little too lengthy anyways. It's too long. I have bad luck. I always overestimate the length of these freaking cables. So even my SDI is a little too long. So, I think I might be past the window to return. So whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as new equipment. Is the Sigma 24 to 70 and the SmallHD Cine5. All right, I had just arrived to my first location, sipping on some coffee. Got here 30 minutes early, so it's always a plus to show up pretty early. I like to just sit down, gather my thoughts, check all my notes. Just reviewed my itinerary for the day and what I'm getting myself into. So today we're doing a total of 3 videos. One of the videos is going to be just like 5 back-to-back interviews. So I'm going to go set up to this hospital. Hopefully they have a decent conference room that's pleasing to the eye, and it's just overall aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, just got to set that up. I'm gonna let my point of contact know that I've arrived in about 10-15 minutes. I'm just gonna chill for a second as I sip on my drink, and then after that I got to do another interview for a new CEO of the hospital. So we're gonna do kind of like a Q&A to get to know the CEO, and then after that we're gonna go to another part of the hospital that's under construction. They're building a new tower, and so we're gonna do another interview, more on the fly interview with like donors of that specific building. I've already done 2 of those already, so they love the first 2 videos that we did already so much that other donors are like, hey, could we be part of this video production? And so we're gonna do another round of that. So should be fairly simple today. It's gonna be long, it's always gonna be long, but it should be fairly easy. Again, this is like my retainer client that I've been working with since last November. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to have this retainer client because last month was pretty dry, man. I did a total of 2 shoots in the month of November. Granted, just since I've been freelancing since 2020, and so like I always know like Q4 is usually, that's when things tend to slow down because companies are either their marketing budget is depleted at that point and they're just pretty much ready to re-up till next year, and even small mom and pop shops are just like, I'm on holiday break, don't bother me. So I kind of get it. But even with this retainer client, we didn't even shoot anything last month. We usually shoot at least once or twice a month, but the coordinator wasn't able to set up anything in our contract. She's in charge of pretty much scheduling and coordinating the shoots. She pretty much tells me, hey, we have this date, can you make it? And I say yes or no or whatever. Most of the times I am available because I have them as a priority. But within that contract, like we have stated that like, if for example, there is no, we don't shoot anything for that month, I'm still gonna get paid what was agreed upon. So that's a freaking plus. So like having a retainer client is pretty important, at least for my business, because if I didn't have this retainer clients, I would have lived off those 2 shoots from last month, and that would have been pretty sad. So I'm happy to have this retainer client, and hopefully we've had a great business relationship, at least from my point of view. And I've also asked him, yo, anything I can do to improve? He's like, no, you've been actually great. We've loved working with you. And so hopefully we get to re-up on another contract for 2025. So got that going. I was feeling antsy to shoot, man, because again, I shot something last week, but it was like a small little event, so it wasn't nothing crazy. But I was just like feeling antsy to shoot. I've just been wanting to shoot for a while. And I go through those waves where like, if I don't shoot for like a week or 2, I'm like, dude, I can't wait to like get back out there and like film. That's why I know like I really love doing what I do, because I just feel like I need to shoot something all the time. But anyways, last night before I came, I usually I've been renting my buddy's 300C, Amaran 300C, and he had to use it for today for his own production shoot. So I'm like, damn. So I hit up another local filmmaker from the area, and I know he lives near my area. He lives in my same town of Oceanside, and so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, bro, like, do you by chance have a light like a 300C or something around that same an amount of power. Like I'm not looking for a 600D or anything like that. It doesn't have to be bicolor. If you have a 300D, that'd be great. He's like, I actually have a 300D. I'm like, dope, man. Let me know how much you want, and I got you. He's like, no, man, no charge necessary, because he's like, you've been actually feeding me a lot of like wedding work and wedding gigs, and I really appreciate that, man. And granted, we have never met in real life. We've just been communicating via DM on Instagram, and we were trying to figure out a day to like meet for coffee and get to know each other a little better, but we didn't really have the time. Just our schedules didn't align. So I reached out to him, and I went to his place, checked out all of his equipment. He has so much gear, it's crazy. He's also an FX6 shooter, so all these like aperture lighting that he has. So he loaned me his 300D, so I'm excited to use that as my key. So I'm like, man, I don't want to be in this position anymore. So I pulled the trigger on Cyber Monday. Amron had this pretty decent deal. It was like it's like 85 bucks, $90 off for the 300C. So I went and got that, picked that light up, and I also got myself a 2TB SSD T7, Samsung T7. So the point is that it's always good to network with fellow filmmakers from around your area. Don't view them as competition. I feel like that's like a trashy way to see things, and it's only gonna it's not gonna be any good for you. So I think it's always cool to like network and work with other creators, because you may never know, like you may need their services or they may need your services. So it's like he connected me to one of his go-to editors, so I'm gonna reach out to him. So like I love networking with people, man, because it's just, I don't know, the filmmaking community could feel like a lone wolf kind of like style of like feeling, I guess. I don't really know how to say this in words, but it's good to have some sort of community where we all know what the hell's going on. Like we were talking when I met up with this dude, like we chopped it up for like 30 minutes, talking about business, talking about gear, talking about just like, it was mostly business related. Like, like for Q4, it's been pretty dry. He's like, dude, me too. Like, I thought I was the only one. He's like, no, it's like, it's cool going through those same, it sounds weird to say, but it's cool going through those weird, like those downs and those lows together. So it's like reassuring, like, hey man, we're still on the right path. Like we love what we do. And it's just literally part of the game. Like he's telling me about his struggles with certain clients. Like he had to fire a client, and I'm like, bro, I've been there before. And so like, it's cool having that like bond in a way. Because again, it can feel pretty lonely. So it's cool to know others. I was like, you know what, like we're all going through the same shit together. It's not always glamorous like you see like in other like filmmaking YouTubers. Like it's just the greatest thing ever, and there's no lows, it's just only highs. So that's not the reality, and which is why I love this whole iPhone vlogging style YouTubers in the filmmaking space, because I just love how authentic this is compared to like the higher budget like BTS vlogs that I've seen in the past. So yeah, man, if you know any creatives in your local area, dude, just reach out and be like, yo, what's up, man? My name is such and such. I'm a DP. If you ever need my services for whatever reason, if you can't do it or anybody can't do it, feel free to reach out, and vice versa. So, all right, man, I'm gonna unload the car and get to the shoot. So this is our first location of our first shoot, and kind of question if this was a good idea to film at this specific location, because we're literally filming at the lobby of the hospital, which is not too far off from the entrance. And they swore that there's never traffic, at least for this specific hospital, so it's pretty slow. And I said, okay, well, let me just set up. And as we're setting up, it's getting a little louder and louder throughout the morning. There's a coffee cart next to us, and definitely making a little bit of noise, but we made it work. So this is pretty much what the setup is looking like. This is pretty much what it's looking like. I'm on the 55mm 1.8. Here is a 300D. Dude, I hate how it's like one and then two. You got to connect two of these. I don't even know what you call them, but just to plug in to the light, which why I like Amron. It's super simple, plug and play. None of this BS. I mean, it is what it is, but it's so overly complicated. And it's a big space eater, but we're making it work. One camera, they chose this background. I like the background, but now the music just turned on, so we got to turn it off. have you stand right there. Look at the camera. I'm gonna adjust the camera height so you guys have time to do dry runs or whatever.
You're not too prepared?
No.
Do you know what your question is?
No.
As you get it prepared.
Okay. How does this achievement impact patient care and outcomes? Leapfrog A. Yeah.
As you get it prepared, sir, do you mind still standing right here?
Oh, sure.
And then you can look at your phone or whatever. Do what you gotta do. All right, so go ahead and just stand right there, look into the camera. Just want to make sure everything is going smooth. No, you're not shy, you're good. Make sure. And I'll show you in a second what you look like. So, you see, straighten everything on your end, but you look pretty good. Thanks. So, this is what it's looking like.
Cool. That's a cool looking effect on the back.
Yeah, the background looks pretty good.
Yeah. And it's all just like that little bit of
Yeah, it's blurry, but it's still subtle. You can still see some action in the back.
yeah.
Alrighty.
It looks fake almost.
I know it does.
It kind of looks like a green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have you smidge, just a smidge? Yeah. There you go, right in the middle. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Jeff Armada, the Chief Operating Officer.
I'm gonna have you speak a little louder, okay?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of ambient noise, so I want your voice to like overpower it. So
You got it.
go one more time.
Hi, my name is Jeff Armada. I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
If we can keep it that way, we are money. So let me just double check all my settings, make sure everything
Do I
is.
have to say the question or just answer?
No, so just reword it. So this Leapfrog A achievement directly impacts patient care and outcomes by.
Okay.
All right. I'm just trying to time it as far as sound goes.
Okay.
All right, we'll give it a rip. All right, we are recording. Go ahead, Jess.
So how does this achievement impact patient care and outcomes?
Well, this Leapfrog A.
I have been enjoying using this SmallHD. It's just so easy to like go through settings, and it's very responsive compared to the Shinobi 5 that I own. That one you just gotta like kind of force to hit certain features, where this one is just super easy and very bright, very crystal clear looking. And this is what the image is looking like with the phantom applied, a little bit of tweaking in the colors, and yeah, I am loving this, and the background just looks amazing. And action.
Achieving a Leapfrog Hospital Safety Grade A demonstrates our commitment to patient safety through reduction of medical errors and preventing medical harm.
Just like that.
Perfect.
One thing I've learned from creating all these talking head style pieces of content is to make sure you keep the confidence on your speaker or your talent. Understand that they're not used to being in front of the camera, so it's your job to make them feel comfortable. It's your job to match their energy, just be as laid back as possible. Don't be overly strict or like have a robotic tone. Just have a good time while you're working, and that will make them feel a lot more comfortable, and that'll then help them deliver the sound bites that you're looking for. Because again, if you're editing this or your editor's editing this, you know what you need from them, since they have no idea how to engage in front of the camera. So it's your job to direct them throughout the shoot. So for this specific video, we did a total of 4 different individuals to come in and deliver the lines. So fairly easy, fairly quick. After that, we went straight into the second video, which I thought would be a separate room, but it happened to be the exact same location. That's what the producer wanted, which is this individual right here, he is the new CEO. So we did a Q&A session for him, so the audience gets to know who this individual is, where is he from, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And then after that, started packing up the room. This location was officially done for us, and time to head to the third and final shoot of the day, which is at a different hospital, to the tower that's getting currently built. And yeah, fairly quick. I want to say 2 hours that we were here. Shoot went by really fast and pretty successful. Man, it went so fast to the point where like I thought it was going to be a much complicated interview setup, since that's what I'm used to doing with these guys, but I misread the itinerary, and it was a fairly simple, just look into the camera and just do your thing and just talk. So very fast, very easy. So I got myself an hour break to get some breakfast. So about to do this. I got some revisions from a client, so I got to translate and put those notes into Frame.io for my editor to look at, and yeah, get that going. So yeah, pretty fast, smooth day so far. About to do some drone action right now, covering this building. This is where we're gonna do our last shoot of the day. I've been documenting this building since the very beginning, and yeah, it's progressed. So gonna get some updated drone shots and then shoot inside that building in a bit. Prepping my second camera, a7S III, for this last shoot. I know how to approach this shoot since I did it last month, or 2 months ago, should I say. And so I'm just gonna take the gimbal with me on the new Sigma 24-70. I have a Rode Wireless Pro attached as well. And yeah, just gonna keep it very simple. So I'll be able to get B-roll with this lens. And then for the interview portion, since I already balanced, I'm just gonna lab the 2 talents up and just have it on tripod mode for the gimbal to have a nice steady shots. I didn't bring my monopod. I completely forgot to bring my monopod, but this will still work. So I am not stressing.
And then we will
And as you can see, I'm pretty much raw dogging this interview with all natural lights. And this is like around 12:30 in the afternoon, which is a big no-no in the filmmaking space to do. But we made it work, man. And that's the beauty about shooting in S-Log3 422 10-bit. So whatever camera you have, if you have a log profile and you're outside, I definitely recommend filming in that. After that, went to the building, did some B-roll stuff. The gimbal was able to hold the 24-70 Sigma. I did notice that it's a little heavier than the Tamron, but still worked like a charm. That is a wrap for me. Long day, pretty good though, solid day. Gotta be back here next week for our last session for the year. And yeah, looks like we are good to continue this business relationship till next year. They're already talking about plans for next year already, so that's always a great sign. So man, I feel like I was sucking and breathing nothing but dust in there. It was like I was getting a little claustrophobic, I ain't gonna lie, but it was not that good fresh air. Time to get out of here and time for a long drive home. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.